Welcome back, guys, to another edition of Peace, Love, and Happiness. I'm your host, Spencer Freed. And day two, we have a woozy for you. It is knowing versus thinking. So, in this whole week, we're talking about your true essence. We're talking about the actual present moment, the actual reality of things, and not the descriptions of things that are causing you to suffer and causing you to distract yourself from what actually is in your life. And so today we're going to be talking about two different things, which is very similar to our other video of doubt, of faith versus doubt. What we're going to be talking about now is knowing versus thinking. Go ahead and close your eyes and just reflect on what that means to you. Knowing versus thinking. I encourage you to look at the knowing as a knowing. Like, I know, but it's not something that you think. Notice where you feel that when that happens. And then when it comes to your thinking, we all know where that arises, right? It arises within your mind. And notice how that feels when that happens. Here's the difference. You can go ahead and open up your eyes. The knowing is a sensing. It's an intuitive sense, like a sixth, seventh sense that you have. And the thinking is almost like somebody is telling you to do something, or somebody is saying something that you're listening to. Isn't that interesting? The thinking may, and by the way, pretty much everything in your head is the same bricks. You can't think new thoughts. All the thoughts that you're thinking is called the collective consciousness. Pretty much everyone is thinking that to some degree, or at least some people, right? So the whole thing is not original thinking. Albert Einstein actually talked about that too. Carnegie talked about it. It's really important to get into a subconscious state and connect to something deeper. And then you wake up and you essentially receive that in your space, in your life. So thinking is almost like someone's telling you, hey, this, and you're listening to it. Okay, yeah. And then you do it. Or coughing. Excuse me. But a knowing is just a knowing. It's just a conviction that you feel where. Where do you feel that when you were doing that exercise? You likely felt it in your heart. You felt it in your heart chakra. You felt it maybe all around you. It's like a sensing that you have. But this knowing, you have to understand, is that faith versus doubt. Always trust your heart. If it's your heart versus your head, you always trust your heart. And there's a reason for that, guys. You've heard that before, probably, right? That's not from me. Why is that? It's because there's a deeper intelligence at work that is at play, that is helping you. And it's really important to just engage in that and think about that. Or not think about it, know that. So another way to say this is like a knowing is coming your way, you're receiving it, and a thinking is you're listening. So we're going to do a short guidance today, 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to wake up and integrate. Sound good? Awesome. Go ahead and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And just relax the physical form, relax the body, and relax your awareness. Your true nature, your true essence, and your true intelligence is way beyond the thinking mind. Understand that thoughts are on the surface and a knowing is on the depths of your soul. A knowing is something that's connected to God that thinking can never touch. You have to understand that it's a different consciousness. So go ahead and connect with your I am consciousness and your silence. As you do that, absorb all thinking into this silence. And notice that there is a knowing of your experience right now, right? There's like an observation that's occurring, right? This is what we've been doing for a long time now. It is this awareness, this consciousness. connect with that as you fully surrender to that, surrender to God, surrender to that knowing. And that's you moving to faith rather than doubt. That's you moving to knowing rather than thinking. So you're transcending thought right now by doing that. You are transcending what you know to an all-knowing. The thinking is all you know, quote unquote, in the head, all the knowledge that we talked about that you know. There's something that's deeper, that's arising from beyond the mind itself. This is what you're after. Go ahead and connect with that. Connect with that all-knowing power. And just trust this part of you, trust this energy, trust this essence, and your peace and love is here. So give yourself the permission not to think anymore. Give yourself the permission not to doubt anymore, because you're surrendering to this knowing. You're surrendering to your knowing. And trust yourself that you already know. Notice that there's doubts that may arise right now. I don't know. You do. Because notice that those doubts are arising from the head, and you're not the head. Go ahead and bring it back to the body. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Well done. So what I want you guys to do for the rest of today, if this is the morning or whatever, whenever you're doing this, during your silent practices, keep turning away from the mind, especially during this week. Your presence is your power, and your presence is beyond the thinking mind. That is presence. Boom. It's not, presence is this. Boom. No. Alan Watts had a great video. It's like a gong. It's a gong. He's like, presence is just boom. It's a great way to describe it. I love you guys. And yeah, for the rest, so you know what to do with the silent practices. Rest of the week, keep trusting yourself. What you're doing, last thing is really important. You're developing your intuition here. You're connecting to your intuition. This is the spiritual practice as well. This is trusting of yourself. As things are being removed, you're able to connect with something deeper within yourself and all around you. I love you. See you soon.